Hello everyone, Zellerant here, and for today's video on Chaos Zero Nightmare, now that I've been playing the game for about a week, I thought I'd go ahead and talk about kind of my plan regarding partners and talk a little bit about the partner system in the game and how you might want to approach acquiring them for your combatants. And for those that don't understand, the partners are basically your weapons for your combatants that you equip to them. And so there's different variations of them within the game, very similar to a lot of other gacha games. But there is actually some easier ways to acquire them, especially the 5 stars that are specific to certain characters. So you can actually get the best partner for like your favorite combatants over time. And so let's just go ahead and take a look at kind of the beginning with my current ones. So just like any gacha game, after it launches, you've done a ton of polls for your main characters. So I kind of have the main ones that I have right now that I'm using up here. And as you do a ton of pulls, you're guaranteed that 4-star every 10 pulls. And with that, you're going to acquire a bunch of these 4 stars. The big thing is the 3 stars. Yes, you're going to get a ton of them and you can max dupe them. I would not waste your experience on those partners. Just go ahead and invest it in the 4 stars. These ones generally will have value depending on content, even once you start acquiring 5 stars in the future. So unless you're like whale and heavily dumping on like the weapon banner to get a bunch of 5 stars, go ahead and invest in the 4 stars. You'll be using them for a decent amount of time, at least for now. Just don't waste them on the 3 stars because once you kind of get to that point where you're at the end game and you're just limited on energy, the main thing you're going to be grinding is like that promotion materials, because that's where a lot of the big expenses at this point you're going to have limited materials for. And if you blow it all on 3 stars, you're not going to have enough for your 4. Now, one of the ways to easily get a nice boost right off the bat, if you're a light spender, if you've already been willing to buy the monthly pass and then you are willing to spend a little bit more, the next best thing is going to be the battle pass. And I actually really like the partners they have in here. You have this like with a lot of other gachas, but they usually tend to be in other gachas like 4 or 4.5 star type. Even if they show as 5 stars, they're usually weaker than the more limited ones. But when I look at the stat sticks in these, the stat sticks at least are matching the other rate-up ones. Now, they're a little bit different. I mean, the partners here are all like some of the best-looking partners of all of them currently available, too, on the Battle Pass. I've seen some people mentioning that, man, why couldn't we get these characters as actual combatants? Because, yeah, some of my favorite-looking ones are in here. When you look at them, the big thing is they're more generic in what their capabilities are, meaning they can just fit anywhere. So if you're willing to spend anything, these are going to be very, very good just to start right off the bat with, until you start actually targeting specific ones for your favorite ones or your favorite combatants. And then when you have your other party members where maybe nothing else fits, if you can over time acquire these. So there's 6 of them, so every time there's a new battle pass, if you get 1 of each, now you can cover everything, even if you don't have the rate-up one that's good enough for them. And so I think this is a good starting place. I'll be getting the Battle Pass. I'm kind of depending on whether they get the defensive or attack one first. I'm just really going to have to do the research on what's the biggest upgrade for my current team, which I'll be making videos on that here in the future as I kind of start theory crafting with what I currently have, especially since I'm still pulling my standard pulls and I'm getting close to getting another guarantee, which I should get here once I hit level 40. So I'm still thinking on that. That'll be a future video. But one of the nice things is if you are somebody that's willing to spend a little bit of money as well and do polls on a banner, the nice thing is for the rate up. So right now we have Haru here and then her partner's rate up, which is going to be the best one for her. There is no 50-50 on it. So it's going to work like if you've played Wuthering Waves, there's no 50-50 on theirs. We have the same case here. You are guaranteed to get her within those 70 pulls. If you pull early, you're going to get her. There is no 50-50 system on it. So if you like to pull on it, that's going to be a very good way to get it really quickly. But one of the things that's really nice in this game, everything's going right into the standard pool. There is not going to be like that limited, at least not currently, in terms of the combatants and partners. And so another way, and this is more of a grind over time, and this is going to be the approach if you're a free-to-play, in my opinion, if you want to really boost up like your favorite combatant with their own weapon or partner. And that is going to be through the exchange shot, or what do they call it? The memory archive here. And so you have these different currencies. Now, I've already showcased the Traveler one. This is the one you're going to get a ton of these, because this is just, if you pull pretty much anything, you get the yellow currency, the Moment of Radiant Traveler. And those are where you can get these pulls here. But then you have these purple ones. Now, in a lot of gotchas, and I'll kind of use Honkai Star Rail as an example, because that's my closest one that I can kind of remember that has a system. But a lot of them have it. Wuthering Waves has it. Genshin Impact has it. Generally, the best value is the pulls in these. And that is because you have limited units. Now, this one's a little bit different in that they're not limited in that capacity, so these other things are getting added in here, which includes the partner. As you can see, we have Haru's character in here, or partner in here. And she cost 300 of these. It's just like any of the Hoyoverse games if you played, in terms of, it's basically just under half a pity's worth. And the reason we always would say in the other games to not ever spend it here is because the standard ones were always bad, but everything's getting added in here. So over time, these, in my opinion, are going to be better spent on whether you want to get dupes for your favorite combatant, which you can get up to 2 in here. As you can see, all of them, we have Hadu in here. The next one will be added in here. They're always going to be available in here. Wuthering Waves has the same system as well in that capacity, where you can, when they're the rate up, you can buy their dupes here, but they're still limited there. They are not limited here. And you have the same thing with the partner. I think the partner is going to be the way to go initially, in that don't change these out for pulls. Instead, use 300 of these, which is the equivalent of 30 pulls, to get the partner for whatever end up being your favorite down the line. So I would just keep stockpiling these, and then eventually when a unit that you really, really like and you want to get their partner to strengthen them up, you can get them here basically at a discount versus trading them in for pulls. So unless you're wanting to go very, very heavy into having a lot of combatants, and you basically have to use the pulls to do that, then better investment is just put them into the partners here, which is going to be my plan going forward. I'm still really having to figure out who are going to be my favorite combatants over time. Usually that it takes a few months and really get well acquainted with the game. And the nice thing is they're always going to be available here, so I don't have to pull the partner immediately. I can get them when I need them, as long as I have that currency. The only thing is you cannot acquire the combatant through this, only the dupes. So as you can see, I don't have these characters down here, so I won't be able to acquire them that way. But since they're all getting added in that standard pool, I can get them anytime when I lose a 50-50, which is really, really nice there. Now it'll be a little bit harder once the pool gets larger and larger, but that's just the nature of it. It's worked quite well in other games. Uma Musume kind of does the same system. They all get put in the standard pool. Sword of Convalaria did it, and it worked out quite well. And because you're going to be pulling on the partner banner so much, you are going to eventually get these dupes anyway. So might as well get the partners there. So I just thought I'd bring that up as being the best way to approach this. I mean, I've barely done any pulls, and I've already got 48 of these. Basically, when I re-rolled and got lucky on the limited in that first 10 pull. So I decided to stick with that account, and so all my pulls that I've done at this point is 102 here and 10 here, and I've already got that 40. So it's gonna take a bit of time and a bit of pulling, but you'd say like every 2-3-ish months worth of currency as you acquire it, you're going to then be able to buy one of the partners if you want to, depending on what your current team is. Like right now, if I could, oh, I clicked the wrong thing there. If I had enough for that, for example, I'd probably take Clipe. So far, she's been my favorite for sure. The nerfs after the beta have not made her like that much worse. She just feels great still. I didn't play her heavily into endgame yet in the beta to really see how much stronger she was then, but she still feels very, very good, especially with Hadu. And so like her weapon and hers might be first ones I target. We'll have to see. I'm not 100% sure at this point, because who knows what they'll come out with next. Especially when I'm trying to target waifu teams. That's been kind of my thing on this game. And since I'm going to be getting the battle pass for sure, I mean, because it's nothing but waifus on here, and some of the best ones in the game, I'm kind of holding off on the partners, but I will acquire them over time. But that's just kind of my thoughts on it. That's kind of my plans. I mean, the only reason you wouldn't save up for the partners is unless you really want to min-max how many combatants you get, which means you're going to want to convert it to pulls. Other than that, just save that currency for your partners and you'll be good to go. But that's it for now. Let me know in the comments what your plans are regarding partners within the game. And if you like my content, if you could like, comment, and subscribe, it really helps. And thanks for watching.